So I've opened up pre-sales target and named it with the 5 in the dash. And just looking at this thing, it's a bit of a mess. So hopefully you don't ever see this in your spreadsheet. But these are errors. And sometimes errors are the result of data being deleted, columns being deleted, that type of thing. And there are some features in Excel that will help you resolve the problem or figure out what the problem is. So we're going to click on E4. So that's the NA error. And we can kind of look here and point at our little smart tip here. Value is not available to the formula or function. Okay, so NA is not available. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to use the trace error button. And to get to that button, we're going to click on error checking and click trace error. Okay, so we were looking at E4 and it looks like the problem originates over here in K5 because there is no percentage in that cell. So if we key in the percentage, 1.25, press enter, that resolved quite a few of our issues, especially in the west column. Now we're still not done because we still have some errors. Let's remove the arrow and go to our next little problem. And we're going to try to resolve the name issue. We're going to activate D4. So we're going to the very first occurrence of the problem here. And let's go into error checking and trace error. Okay, so that's actually going over here to the left. Now we'll take a look at the formula too. Let's point at the tip. The formula contains unrecognized text. Okay, so we do have a name in there. Let's see if the name exists. It does not. So that is the crux of our problem. So it does appear that we need to name some cells or a cell east. But before we do that, why don't we figure out what north is? Okay, so north is that cell. Let's take a look. South and west. All right, so now we pretty much know we should be naming this 1.50% east. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and that did resolve quite a few errors. Just got a couple left. So let's start over here. And let's see, we are in D5. And let's point at this. Value used in the formula is the wrong data type. Okay, that's interesting. Let's trace the error. Okay. Why don't we click on trace precedence? Let's remove our arrows. It does appear that the problem is over here in this cell. And looking, it looks like they accidentally put in a space instead of a period. So we're going to delete the space, put in the period, press enter, and now we no longer have the error. So we will remove the arrows, and then we can save our changes.